Crusader, you there? If you want exactly 120 more of them, you're gonna need to give me a little bit more Gorilla Oil. Yes, but I should be able to give you about another 100, which honestly should be enough for you to get through the week if you don't want to get any more. How much more do you want? If you want enough that you will not run out of food the first week, you do not have to give me any more. If you want more than that, you can give me like 20 or so Gorilla Oil. But any more than that I will make later. Yes. But Crusader, you will have plenty of food. You'll be fine, okay? If you're running low, you can tell me and I can make you some more later. Yes, you will still have plenty of food. When I calculated the amount of food you would need for the week, it was not with Etsybot. If you're running low on the last couple days, tell me and I'll make you more, but you don't need it all right now. I mean, if I can make it more later, Crusader. It's fine. I don't need to make it all right now. I haven't heard anything back yet, but until I hear something back, I can't go get a COVID test right now to submit by 5 PM, so... Oh, I'm eating this burrito and then I'm good, yeah. Yeah. Are we starting exactly at 4:30 again? So how long do you think until we go into instance? Okay, I will continue to use... Okay. I will pop another food then to keep correcting while you do that. Are you playing it? Do you have a weapon? Okay. Okay. If you need more melds, I didn't sell some. I have a few left. Oh, you mean the rest of your stuff? Yeah, don't remeld the rest of your gear. Yeah, don't do that. If it's only a couple, I can give you some, but I would rather sit here and just let my crafting macro go. You got to use the weapon though, right? Okay. I assume nobody else has crafting needs that are urgent, because if not, I'm just gonna make a bunch of strength pots while I'm sitting here. If there are no other urgent crafting needs, I'm gonna make strength pots for a while until someone gives me something else they need. Yes, I'm almost done with that, Crusader. once I'm done with those. Okay. I'll just grab pots for myself from the way. I know Brina was getting stuff for pots, but he has not given them to me yet. Yes. That's because you bought a bunch of things I told you we didn't need. I didn't speed up anything. There's gonna be plenty of time before the stuff you bought even gets used that could have been used to make it. Or to wait for the price to go down. Yeah, today it is. In like 2 days, it's gonna be a lot less. That's true. Yeah. I mean, I assume I'll just hold it for... because of the magic autos. Okay. I think that until I can actually look at a fight timeline, which is probably after we end tonight, I'm gonna mostly try and save Blood Wedding for the busters because they are very awesome. The short cooldown, Raw. Although I guess I'll probably put Mason, not Raw. It goes on me instead of you. The mitigation goes on me instead of you. If that doesn't matter, then it's strictly better to use Mason. Yeah. Yeah. Well, once the boss actually starts autoing, at least. But before that, there's a double buster like every fucking 10 seconds. Yeah, Bruno and I are switching roles. Yo, Pog! Give me 1 second. I will return in a moment. I'm switching Discords. I'm returned.
Nobody used it for prog this tier.
I know, it was bad.
The prog this tier was Dark Knight and Warrior, it seems.
Yeah, well, Dark Knight's a really good prog tank.
Yeah, it's been.
I have heard that Warrior is pretty good for P3 ads. Like, you just cannot die because of the amount of healing it can output, so...
Yeah.
Oh, you got Dark Knight to level 90. Are you using it, or...?
Yeah.
Okay.
So far, let's see. Warrior, Dark Knight is most common. Gunbreaker and Paladin are least common, of course.
Of course.
Sage, Astro are the most popular healers. White Mage is almost the same as Astro. Scholar is falling a bit behind.
Is Scholar really behind compared to the other one?
Yep.
Wow.
I mean, most of people don't like replaying the class, right?
I mean, so that's the thing. Scholar never felt so good to play than it is right now. And it's so good too. Like...
People don't like it.
People
don't like same job. Bored.
I think it's that it's a bad job. I think that it's that Sage is just fucking unbelievably strong right now.
I
By
don't think
unbelievably strong, I mean it's the highest healing output of the healers by default.
Yeah,
It's
I
the
just don't think.
highest damage output of the healers.
Yeah, I just
It
don't think
doesn't
it's
have good
that good
recovery
for.
tools.
Yeah, for prog. Like for prog, scholar is the way to go in my opinion. Really.
Okay. That depends. But yeah. Generally, earlier fights, I feel like Sage would be superior, but phase 4 where things can go south.
Yeah.
One
Very
thing is, my thought
unlikely.
is, if we're having deaths and damage downs and things, if we have to recover, we're probably
Usually
not
it's
going
the
to be
wipe.
able to
Yeah,
clear
right.
P3
Yeah,
and P4.
usually it's the wipe. Where is?
Oh, are we going into instance before right
No.
now, or are we
No.
not yet?
We're
Okay.
going over everything before.
Then I'm
we
gonna
do it.
continue crafting.
Okay. So. Same thing as phase
Oh,
2.
no.
We're gonna see a couple of things. I'll talk it through, and then we'll get to it. Now, all the mechanics are very simple. All of you did T, all of you did UCOP. Everything comes from those mechanic. Shouldn't be too
Appreciate it.
difficult. Yeah. Well,
Do you mean to be streaming Discord?
oh, damn, I stream Discord. I meant to stream this. Yeah. So, yeah, everything comes from T. You shouldn't find it too difficult. Maybe just movement wise. Healing's gonna hurt. Damage check seems a little bit tight. Of course, compared to 1 and 2, right? Not that tight, but compared to 1 and 2, it's a little bit tighter. So just keep that in mind. This is where actual savage prog happens. Okay, so I'll go through the mechanics. So you start, nothing difficult. There's an AoE that starts. Then there's a buster. Right, there's always a tether buster. So as much as possible, healers, DPS and healers stay south directly. Don't move. Right, make life easier for tanks. Once they grab it, you heal the main tank, and then you will need to watch both tanks' health later. But yeah, so this is experimental fire plume. We're same as normal. Look at the thing. If it's many orbs, that's limit cut, and then if it's one big orb, that's basically out. This is
The timer for these mechanics, by the way, is a bit faster than normal.
correct.
So for limit cut, for example, you have to move almost immediately after the edge. AoE goes out.
So you stay center, and then as soon as I call out limit cut or out, so I'll call it out here. You have to be ready, and you move immediately. It's really fast.
Question for limit cut. Is it always north and south in Savage, or
No,
it can
it's
be
random.
east and west as well?
It could be intercard, it could be cardinal, it could be anywhere. Right. So for now, it does not matter where it starts because everyone will go to the same place. But it will matter later, right? You will actually have to do 1, 2, 5, 6.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. So yeah, just keep that in mind. Everyone did T, so I don't expect it to be too difficult. That happens, and immediately as soon as it ends, you have a left-right cleave. Of course, I'll call this out. Just listen carefully. Look at the boss. Right side of boss, left side of boss, etc., etc.
Be near the boss so you don't have to run that far.
Next one is the darken fire, which is the okay. This is the first mechanic that's happening. So what's gonna happen is we're gonna place 2 tanks, 2 healers on. You see this square, golden square, right? You're gonna be placed, and each of you is gonna have a partner, right? From what it seems, it looks like the little dark fire ad it's baited on tanks and healers, or 1 DPS each.
Or
So it
deep,
spawns.
okay.
Right, so you spawn here, and then you're gonna have 1, 2, 3, 4 markers, which we're gonna use for limit cut. And then once you have it, you're gonna look at your head, look at your number, limit cut numbers. Same as phase 2, or sorry, Pandemonium 2. If you're 1, you stand in 1. If you're 2, you stand in 2. If you're 3, you stand in 3. 4 on 4. If you're 5, 6, 7, 8, you stand dead center. You stand dead center, and then as soon as 1 gets hit, 5 moves up, right? So your number minus 4, that's your marker, right? So for example here, Crystal, the bard, has 6. So 6 minus 4, she's supposed to go on marker 2, right? 6, limit cut. So she stands in the center. 1 gets hit, 1 moves down, and then 2 gets hit, and 6 moves up, right? So you just swap, just like that. Yeah, not too difficult.
Okay.
But if you look at the cast, this thing enrages really fast. So by the time the last guy, the number 8, gets hit right here, as soon as this gets hit, they're vulnerable, I think. And then you can
That's
start
when you
hitting them
start
for
padding.
damage. And then you see how much enrage bar you have. You don't have much time, so as much as possible, try not to pad. Just kill them ASAP. They
Okay,
almost hit range
so
in that.
you need to hit them twice for them to become targetable. Is
Four
that it?
Not
times.
twice, 4 times, because
Right, each person is
Okay.
hitting 2 of them with theirs.
Right.
Okay.
The one between 1 and 2 gets gets all its phone gone first. Because
Yeah,
it gets hit
correct.
by 1, 2,
Correct.
and a 5,
Yeah.
6 the fastest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially if you're ranged, you can hit them really easily.
Yeah.
What's the range on that is? I feel like Ninja could be really nice there, just dropping a Doton mid.
Yeah.
Mm.
And
I
then
think
you have
that
your,
it's
of
a
course,
little bit
Buster.
further than that.
Buster.
Doton's actually 8 yalms, not 5.
I think it might still be a little bit further than that, but maybe.
You
Is
might.
it might
Yeah,
be
it might
5.
be a little too far. Yeah.
It looks a
area
little
is
too
pretty
far.
Hey, look at how big
I'm
the
wondering
bubble
if I
is.
can
That's
decimate
15
the front
yam, and
ones.
that. Anyway,
Yeah.
I don't think it'll reach though. It's pretty. You
Yeah,
can probably
I
hit
don't
the
think
boss.
so.
And,
Yeah.
Okay, so this is when it gets a little bit hectic. So she does brand, right? Devouring brand, which is a cross. At the same time, she does fire plume. This is where it gets a little bit tricky. Now, for example, for here, she does limit cut, right? So this is where the brand will come make a cross, right? Our goal is to end up in one of the intercarts up north, but we will go to the first explosion. So if the first explosion happens here, top right, then we go here, of course. If the first explosion happens top left, then we go top left. If the first
Does it
explosion,
need to be north?
yeah, I mean you could go south on the opposite, but I don't recommend it. Just go as a group.
Okay.
Yeah,
It's just
because
gonna be a lot of
she does
healing.
left and right. She just go left and right cleave, and if you go south and she does the right cleave, you're dead.
Oh, okay. So
Right. So we go if the left. So example, like wherever first explosion is where we go. However, if the first explosion is center, right here, then we go to the right to the second explosion. Because if you go here, then you get hit by the last explosion, and then the brand has already crossed, so you're gonna die. So here the brand goes here. This is the first explosion, so you go up top right, and then you stand on the marker. Wait for puddle.
Crusader, did you look to see if this one's always an intercard or if it's sometimes a cardinal first?
It's all random.
Okay.
It's all random. Yeah. Drop the puddle and then left to right cleave. Right, not too difficult.
And then
add
adds
the Buster.
SM. Okay.
There's gonna be a lot of Buster, so keep that in mind. After Buster, then we have experiment another fire plume, and then she's gonna disappear. So, according to Cherry, the big orb, when it's the out of center, it is baited on someone. So everyone needs to be center, even before limit cut.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, everyone needs to be center. A lot of movement. So we're gonna stay here. We see limit cut. We're gonna break up into 2 groups. Right and left group. This is where we start practicing. After we've done the second brand, this is from then onwards, we're gonna be starting 1, 2, 5, 6 groups. So she's gonna go. Okay, so her head, I'll call this out. Her center head is glowing. That means the sides are safe. That means we do quick march spots. 4 left, 4 right, stay spread. No twisters.
Yeah, do you know if the A's are any bigger than normal mode?
They're a little bit big. No, they're about the same size, but they're about the same size. So, but it goes on everyone. Right, it goes on everyone.
Yeah,
So about the
okay.
same size.
There's a lot of space.
Yeah. Right. So if her middle head's glowing, then we go to the side quick march. If her side heads, if the left and right heads are glowing, which is the one Mr. Cherry posted up in general, then we stay center with your partner. Right. So you have 2 people here, 2 people here, 2 people here, 2 people here. Right. So just collapse the quick march into one line in the center. Not too difficult. Again, can be done by callouts.
Does we need to be with our partners?
Yes, you need to be with your partner because if you overlap, you get fire vuln and you will die. If you overlap 2
Okay.
AoEs, right?
Are the partners tanks together, healers together, or are they tank
No,
healer?
one tank, one DPS.
Okay.
Same thing as the dark fire partners. We're gonna okay.
Yeah,
Now
our
comes
quick march is
ads.
gonna be tanks, healers, left, probably DPS right.
Yeah. So ads. All 4 ads spawn at the same time. We're gonna kill the north-south ad first. I'm gonna put the 2 melees and fake melee, which is gonna be Cherry, up north, and I'm gonna have the caster stay center and hit the south and the west one. There's no front or back cleave, so just stay dead center. That minimizes movement. So you kill the south, you kill the north. Tanks will move it, don't kill it. Right, just get it low. Tanks will move it to east and west. And then you kill it. Which after, you come back center. Okay, they're gonna revive. Again, we're gonna start hitting north and south one first. Doesn't matter how they do it, but this is where it gets. This is basically Shiva icicles, right? From here, I have not seen DPS get 2 tethers from the few vaults I've seen. But what it looks like is tanks and healers will get 2 tethers. One from the bird, one from the one with the DPS. So the DPS at your job is just to get away from your tether partner. But you move last. You let the tank and healer move first, and then you move away from them. Tank and healers, your job is to go away from the bird, and then, so for example, this guy is tethered to that bird. So all your job literally is to just move opposite of that bird. And then the DPS connected to you is responsible for making that purple. Right, so as a double tether, whether it's DPS or tanks or healers, your job is to just get the bird tether purple. DPS's job is to make your own one purple. Right? So don't try, just because you have 2 tether, don't try to make both purple. That's not your job. Your job is to just make the bird tether purple. Right?
The birds follow the tanks?
You mean here?
Yeah.
Only
If there's the
tether,
full
no.
birds with the
Uh-huh.
tethers?
No, they just stay there until the
Okay.
mechanics
yeah,
resolve.
once they dash, they follow the tanks, but not till then.
Does it matter
So
where
right-
we're standing, or as long as we are opposite
As long
to
as
the
you're not
birds?
overlapping anywhere. Just like
yeah,
Shiva Ice.
I
As
suppose.
long as you're not overlapping.
Okay.
Once it happens, now the birds are targetable. We're gonna pull it north and south